Hello, my friends. I am Marietta, and I welcome you to Marietta's Art Show. I've been searching for a special focal object to place in my artwork, and I decided that adding gorgeous abalone to my epoxy resin art pour painting with crushed glass and shells just may be the addition I've been looking for. On this channel, I create, teach, and awaken your mind to the love of art by giving life to a special piece, tell a story that vibrates with you and the art, and inspires you in taking on passions and living your dreams. So if this resonates with you, let's continue with my introduction, and I will further explain what today's video is all about. If you're new to my show, I thank you for watching and appreciate you to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so you get notified each time I post a new video, every Thursday. It costs nothing, and you will help my channel grow so I can spread the love of art to as many people as I can. Consider having me create a commission for you. It gives me a great joy as an artist. Let's continue with the art creation and my story. Stay tuned for my special guest toward the end of this video.
As long as I can remember, every time I would walk on a beach, I would always look for shells and their remnants. I was drawn to the colors and the shapes of these incredible works of nature's art. When I would get home and place them in a jar, there they would stay. I knew that someday I would use them in art, but that was a long time ago, and those collections are now gone. So when I began creating my resin art, I thought about the types of materials I can incorporate into my pieces to make them more beautiful and unique. I came up with crushed glass and researched what kind of glass I should try out. I've always thought that glass used for contemporary gas fireplaces is quite extraordinary and reflective in nature. I still needed a different element to add more drama and texture to my larger resin art pieces. That's when I remembered my fascination with seashells and their pearlescent surface. I decided to add a natural element to embellish my resin art that came from the sea. As I purchased a few gorgeous shells, I realized that the varieties, sizes, and the color were even more extraordinary than what I thought. In fact, I realized I knew very little about the shells I would place inside my pieces. Most of the shells I purchased are abalone, but there are also others I've never heard of. I am mesmerized by their beauty and all the different kinds of colors that appear. No shell is like another. They truly look like extraordinary jewels of nature, a perfect element to use in my artwork. Polishing these shells is an art of its own. Since the outer surface is very thick, strong, and covered with a protective shell, the calcium carbonate deposits are meticulously removed to expose its true beauty. It's a very delicate and time-consuming task. The dust created by grinding and cutting abalone is dangerous. Appropriate safeguards must be taken to protect people from inhaling these particles. No wonder polished abalone costs a pretty penny. You never know what kind of gorgeous you'll get until the shell is polished. Each is one of a kind in its own right. My curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to find out more information about the abalone shell. As gorgeous as they are, I started being concerned about the abalone being endangered because of their beauty. I am a lover of nature and its conservation. Everyone knows the story of how King Midas turned everything into gold with just one touch. So the shell I'm placing in the heart of my piece today is aptly named the Midas Copper Gold Abalone. It is found on the shores of South Africa and is polished to reveal the beautiful colorations within the shell. Abalone is a type of mollusk that has ear-shaped shells as well as feet and tentacles. It clings to rocks near shores and, as usual, is consumed by other marine species. Animals like otters have to get creative with harvesting abalone. Otters have learned to use rocks to pry the muscular mollusks from their homes and scoop them out of their shells. For thousands of years, the abalone existed with its natural marine predators. Many native cultures have sustained themselves for centuries by consuming raw and cooked abalone. Tribes native to the North American West Coast used abalone shells as currency. Today, in South Africa, abalone is still highly sought after, and their shells, which are known to have especially colorful iridescence, are very valuable. The shell of abalone is highly durable. Microscopic calcium carbonate builds up little bricks and is stuck together by protein layers. These protein absorb the blows to the abalone shell as the calcium carbonate prevents the shells from shattering. It is perhaps no surprise that you might also know of the abalone shell as the abalone stone. After all, such strength and durability has more in common with rocks and stones than most creatures of the deep. And this rigidness has a great deal to do with the symbolism of abalone overall. Abalone combines ideas of serenity and strength in equal measure. However, because of its remarkable natural sheen, it has been held in the same regard as many precious gems since ancient times and has been respected and treasured all over the world. Much of its beauty comes from the very organic nature of abalone altogether. Beauty that has been created by the fact that no two abalone stones are even truly alike. When you hold an abalone shell in each hand and compare them, you're bound to discover this for yourself. Because abalone is known to be the home of underwater animals, the patterns you see within it are often formed and shaped to be this unique because of the seaweed diet of these mollusks. As they eat different seaweed varieties, different patterns form in mesmerizing and pretty ways. Abalone is a lovely shell that exhibits a play of bright blues, browns, black, and turquoise is on a polished surface. In its exoskeleton or in the outer shell is where you can find the mother of pearl. Abalone is nicknamed sea ears because of its flattened and oval shape. It's shaped like a curled ear, which has small holes near the shell's outer edge that allow the sea creature to breathe. It's also known as abalone shell and oyster shell. Abalone remains highly sought after in South Africa. It can also be found in Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and in North American west coast of California. The number of species recognized worldwide ranges between 30 to 130, with 57 additional subspecies. The majority of abalone have not been rated for conservation status. Those that have been reviewed tend to show that the abalone in general is an animal that is declining in numbers and will need protection throughout the globe. Abalone has been identified as one of the many classes of organisms threatened by extinction due to overfishing and the acidification of oceans from anthropogenic carbon dioxide, as reduced pH erodes their shells. The possibility of farming abalone to be reintroduced into the wild has been proposed, with those abalone having special tags to help track the population. Abalone have long been a valued food source for humans in every area of the world where the species is abundant. The meat of this mollusk is considered a delicacy in many parts of the world. The ability of commercially farmed abalone has allowed more common consumption of this once rare delicacy. Abalone jewelry, masks, and decorative bowls have been used by many ancient cultures due to abalone meaning and properties. The highly iridescent inner layer of the shell of the abalone has traditionally been used as a decorative item in jewelry, buttons, and as inlay in musical instruments such as fretboards, binding of guitars, etc. Abalone pearl jewelry is very popular in New Zealand and Australia, in no minor part due to marketing and farming efforts of pearl communities. Unlike the Oriental natural pearl, the Akoya pearl, and the South Sea and Tahitian culture pearls, abalone pearls are not primarily judged by their roundness. The inner shell of the abalone is iridescence, swirl of intense colors, ranging from deep cobalt blue and peacock green, purples, creams, and pinks. Therefore, each pearl, natural or cultured, will have its own unique collage of colors. The Native American cultures, the abalone shell is used as smudge bowl to burn sage. They believe that the abalone and the sage together will carry their message up to the heavens. In the Apache culture, abalone is used in the sunrise ceremony, a ritual that marks a girl's passage into womanhood. They also have been used as incense burners. The believed abalone healing properties of today are very similar to ancient beliefs of the shell. The healing carries energies of protection and emotional balance. It brings with it a natural shielding that blesses the person holding it with tranquility. Abalone healing is especially helpful for those going through emotional turmoil or those having a hard time dealing with a situation in a relationship. Through its soothing energy, it provides a layer of protection that raises up the spirit with the confidence necessary to use situations from a new, more understanding perspective. If you think of abalone as a representative water, like many cultures do, it is the water that will tame the flames of one's emotional strife. Abalone's properties connect a being to their highest chakras. Chakras are the concentrated energy centers of the body. They are spinning wheels of energy or light and have long, loving responsibility of taking in, incorporating, and emanating energy to keep us functional at optimal levels. The purpose of the chakras is basically to bring us back into a state of harmony and inner peace. The journey toward opening the 1,000-petaled lotus is what helps to give us certain fortitude or inner strength. Abalone chakras are primarily the crown, third eye, and heart chakras. The mother of pearl that lies above the abalone shell, in tandem with the shell itself, are said to activate intuitive qualities like clarity in regards to situations, sensitivity, and imagination. Holding abalone during cleansing rituals leads to a feeling of purity. Abalone is thought to have a divine energy, and using it with sage in the act of space clearing involves the spirit of the ocean and uses your highest chakras as a conduit to the divine realm. Along with its dreamy and ethereal aesthetics, the abalone shell meaning comes from its connection to the ocean and its healing, calming energy. When you come into contact with a small, tumbled piece of abalone shell, you'll find that it's impossible to be upset about anything. Whenever you need security or protection, hold tight to the stone and imagine a wave of peace, beauty, love, and compassion to watch over you like a healing wave of the ocean. So why would you use abalone? In this spiritual, psychic world, it is believed that abalone is very useful when it comes to stimulating your psychic development and will enhance your intuition and also psychic gifts. It will also increase your ability to become more emotionally open and expressive. It will encourage cooperation between yourself and others, whether at work or with your personal life. Abalone is said to be beneficial in calming you when you start to get high-strung. It's very valuable when you're working with emotional situations, whether they are emotional situations of the past or the present. How can abalone help you with healing and health? Abalone can strengthen the body structure and improve function of the heart. It can also strengthen the muscle tissues. It can boost the immune system and the body's ability to assimilate proteins. It's also known to help with digestion, as well as help with alleviating the symptoms of joint disorders and arthritis. It can also bring feelings of relaxation, well-being, as well as arouse and enhance the senses. It can be very beneficial to the nervous system and the spinal column. It can also assist in healing the small breaks in the skeletal structure. It's known to help in the treatment of a wide range of skin diseases like rashes and allergies. It can also help with fluid retention and even be beneficial for pregnancy, childbirth, and fertility issues. Abalone will promote overall healing to the body and mind. It will enhance your intuition and boost your imagination. It will help you come up with something very new every time you need to change things up a bit in the business or professional world. Abalone will also bring you plenty of luck and good fortune in all your professional and business endeavors. Holding a piece of abalone will make you appreciate the beauty that surrounds you and feel all the love that you have in your life. It will give you solace and comfort during the challenging times in your personal life, and it will give you feelings of peace and serenity even if you're experiencing turmoil. It will guard you against hurtful words, thoughts, and actions. It will also keep you anchored even if you feel like you will be swept away by the events that are taking place in your life. Here are the final spiritual thoughts. The beautiful rainbow colors of abalone will promote feelings of peace and serenity. It will inspire you to be kind and compassionate, and it will urge you to release old hurts, sadness, or anger. It will enhance your beauty, and it will inspire you to appreciate the beauty that surrounds you. It will invite more love and happiness into your life. When you work with energies of abalone, you will be able to face your emotional issues with ease. Abalone will calm your nerves and give you a peaceful demeanor. It will always assist you in opening and activating your intuitive and psychic connections. It will encourage you to express yourself more clearly, whether through words or actions. It will help you understand both sides of a story by putting you in the other person's shoes. Just like abalone, which has been tossed and turned in waves of the ocean for many years. You will also experience challenges and difficulties that will allow your real beauty and strength to shine through. Enjoy the music and stay tuned to see the completed art piece.
I want to show you perspective of these pieces I made today. This is a 24 by 24 and these are 12 by 12s. As you can tell and as you've seen, the center or the heart of the piece is in the abalone shell, which is found in South Africa. It's a copper gold abalone Midas shell. They're really rare and I was very fortunate to have found one online. When I purchased it, I didn't realize how gorgeous it would be, and it is way more beautiful than I ever thought it would be. And I tried to find some more and I couldn't, so I was lucky to find this one, so it's a very special piece. I matched the colors inside the abalone shell in the pearlescent portion of it to the rest of the piece and the other pieces, and it went really well. It really blends in beautifully. Lots of copper, lots of gold, lots of red. I would like to hear from you what you think about me incorporating the sea life into my pieces. The reason I'm doing it is so that it adds a natural element and it gives a meaning. So comment below and let me know what you think about that. As I promised at the beginning of this video, I have a special guest, and it's an honor and privilege for me to introduce Gail to you. I've known her for some time and she's really been so supportive of my art. And without so much more ado, there is Gail. And by the way, we're doing social distancing interview, which I know is kind of crazy, but I think it's important for us to see our faces. So here's Gail.
My daughter saw the piece of art that I purchased from Marietta and said, I want one of those. And because we're sparkly girls, we add a little spark to it. So my daughter commissioned this to go and hang in her home. She's ecstatic to get it. She doesn't have it yet because of the virus. I haven't been able to deliver it to her, but she is so happy and pleased with her purchase. I can't tell you how much she loves this. So if you want to commission any art from Marietta, I think you should do so. I forgot to mention that I've commissioned another piece of work from Marietta. It's a larger one with the colors that I want in it, and it's gonna have some sparkly mixed into it. I can't wait to get it. It's gonna be the centerpiece of my home. And I'm so excited to see how it turns out.
Thank you so much, Gail, for that. I really appreciate it. And I would give you a hug, and I can't, so hug, and I look forward to making more commissions. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed watching my art piece unfold and you found my story informative and enlightening. I certainly learned a lot about the abalone and all the ways humans benefit from its existence. I'd like to raise the awareness of the abalone plight in its natural habitat, and when possible, keep their conservation in mind for future generations. Please let me know in the comments below if you like the informative content intermixed with the methods I used to create the artwork unfolding in front of you. I'm experimenting a bit with my content, so your opinion always truly matters. Getting back to my personal quest, as I stated at the start, I enjoy commissions and will work with your color palette and price point. Don't be afraid to ask. You may be pleasantly surprised. I placed the links for the supplies in the description below, as well as a link to my art website, mariettasart.com. I sell my art on my website, as well as many of the art pieces which I make on my YouTube channel. Unless they are commissions, of course. You can contact me by emailing me through my website or commenting down below. Please subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. So for now, happy arting, bardzo dziękuję. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next time.